Here, children. Now today's our topic is playing the game. It is a short story. It is written by author me. While going to the topic, just we'll see the objectives once. Here, the author has given us three objectives. First one is to show to the students that helping the old and being polite to them is a single rewarding experience. First objective is what? Helping the elders, helping old and being polite to them, that gives us a rewarding experience. Second example is to objective is to make the learners know how exciting it would be to reach a destination for a particular purpose. Okay. Excuse me. To make the learners know how exciting it would be to reach a destination for a particular purpose. So if you want to reach your destination and if you reach that one, how exciting it would be how exciting it would be to reach your destination. If you want to reach some goal and you are achieving that one, that will make you so excited. And to make the students to know how suspense teaches lessons to all. Okay, to make the student know how suspense teaches a lesson to all. Okay, that suspense or surprise that will teach a lesson to all. Next, about the writer. Author Henry Mee, 1875 to 1943 his lifespan is period of living is, was an English writer, journalist and educator. Mee was the editor of his My Magazine. He is the best known for the Harmsworth Self-Educator, the Children's Encyclopedia, the Children's Newspaper and the King's England. So he is an English writer, journalist and educator. He was the editor for My Magazine, and his best known books are the Harmsworth Self-Educator, the Children's Encyclopedia, the Children's Newspaper and the King's England. Now here, just the two lines about the story. The story Playing the Game is taken from My Magazine. This touching incident narrated by me is about a schoolboy Alan. Narrated in a simple racy style, it is at once engaging and gripping. So it is about a small boy Alan, school-going boy Alan, and this story is taken from his My Magazine. It is very, very simple and heart-touching incident. Now we will go into the story. The story is in one segment, in one shot. Alan's mother came to the gate to see him off. So Alan's mother, she came to the gate to see him off. That means she is giving send off. Goodbye, Alan. Do your best, she called out. So Alan is going somewhere and she is wishing her son to do his best. Rather, mummy answered Alan, and waving his hand, he ran out of the gate up the road. So what Alan replied, sure mummy, I will do my best. Like that he said, and waved his hand, and he went outside. Do his best, of course he would, for Alan was playing in the school cricket match and was mightily proud of being chosen to play. He had practiced bowling with his father for weeks now, and Daddy said he was shaping well. Daddy was nearly as excited as Alan over the match, and he promised that if Alan's side won, he would buy him a bicycle. So daddy, what Alan's daddy is telling, what mother said, do your best. So what Alan's father said, do his best. He will compulsory do his best. Why? Because Alan, he was playing in the school cricket match and he practiced bowling with his father. Regularly he used to practice bowling, and Now he is ready to play the game. He was shaped well to play the game. And what daddy promised, if Alan's side won the match, if Alan's team wins the match, surely daddy said that he will buy a bicycle for Alan. No wonder Alan was excited, right? Alan was very excited by hearing this news from his father. Now he is going to his to play his match. On his way to the sports ground, Alan had to pass the little three-cornered meadow. And as he reached it, he saw a very old man leaning heavily on his stick. As Alan passed, he called out to him. So while he was going to his ground, he has to cross three-cornered meadows, and he has reached it. And he saw a very old man leaning heavily on his stick. So he saw an old man. And he went to him and asked, "Can I help you?" asked Alan kindly, going up to him. So Alan, after seeing that old man who is very old and very weak, he went to him and he said that, "Can I help you?" "Perhaps you will let me take your arm, little boy," said the old man in a thin, cracked voice. So what he replied, let me take your arm. That means I want your help. "This road is so hilly and the wind is almost too much for me." "Rather," said Alan, for he knew he could easily make up what time he had lost by running when he left the old man. So what the old man said, this road is very hilly and it is also wind is almost too cool. And what he said, I need your help. "Rather," said Alan, for he knew he could easily make up what time he had lost by running when he left the old man. So what he said, after helping this old man, I can run as fast as to reach the playground, and I can play the match, he thought himself. But the poor old gentleman leaned heavily on Alan's sturdy little arm and tottered along like a baby. So slowly did he walk that 5 minutes had gone before they were halfway up the road. So Alan was thinking something that as soon as possible I will leave this old man in his house, and I can reach the match by the match starts. I can reach the ground by the match starts. But how was this old man? Old man is very weak, and he leaned heavily on Alan's arm, and he was tottering like a baby. That means he was walking like a small baby, unsteadily. So slowly he walked that 5 minutes had gone before they were halfway up the road. Just he was walking, they has taken 5 minutes just to walk the half of the road. Alan explained to the old man that he has on his way to a cricket match and that he must not be late, but he seemed not to hear him. So Alan is explaining to the old man that I'm going to play this cricket match and it is getting late for me. But this old man cannot hear. That means he is not hearing. "Where do you live, sir?" called Alan at last in the old man's ear. So here Alan thought that this old man cannot hear. So he shouted in his old man's ear, "Where do you live, sir?" "Up the road and some way round the corner," he answered in his thin, weak voice. "I should be so much obliged if you could see me home. You look a very kind little boy." So he said that some way up the road at the corner, and I shall be obliged to you. That is, I shall be thankful to you if you leave me at my house, at my home. And I think you look very kind boy. You are a very kind little boy. That means you are very helpful. See him home, and they were still a long way off. If only he could walk a little faster. Why? The teams would be already on the field, and the captain would be wondering why he did not come. So after letting him home, Alan thought that he can run. By the time he reached, the match would have started, and the captain may be wondering about this Alan. Suddenly, the old man stumbled over a loose paving stone and fell heavily on the ground. So while thinking, he himself, suddenly this old man he stumbled over a stone and he fell on the ground heavily. "Don't leave me, little boy," murmured the old man. So he fell so heavily that he was feeling pain. So what this old man said, "Don't leave me, my dear little boy." "No, I will stay here," said Alan, and he sat down beside him, for he left sure that someone would come that way soon. So what Alan replied, "No, I won't leave you." He sat beside him, and he was seeing that someone would come and he could take him soon to his home. Alan stayed anxiously up and down the road during the minutes that followed. The minutes almost seemed like hours. Then at last, turning the corner, came a jolly-looking policeman. Alan could have shouted for joy. So no vehicles are coming, nothing, anyone is coming. So he is wandering here and there, and minutes are passing like hours. So he is very much tense, and at last a jolly-looking policeman came, and Alan was excited by seeing that policeman. "I'll see this gentleman home, little boy," he said after Alan explained what had happened. So whatever had happened, he explained this to this policeman, and what policeman replied, "I will take him to his house, and don't worry, you little boy, you can move from here," he replied. Then Alan ran off and flew as fast his legs would carry him to the sports ground. But the game had started when he arrived. So after handing over this old man to this policeman, he ran as fast as he could. At last he reached the ground, but what happened? Already match had started. "Why, it's Alan," said the teacher, who was standing out just inside the entrance. So teacher saw that little boy, and she said, "Oh, that's Alan. He was standing at the entrance. You're not much good if you can't come up to time. We have put in young Harold Banks in your place. Fortunately, he's putting some good balls over." So teacher said that we have taken another boy, Harold Banks, in your place, and he is also bowling well. Alan bit his lips. So he unsatisfactorily he moved from there. How could he explain? He turned away and made his way slowly home. So he was disappointed, and he slowly walked back to his home. His father opened the door. "Bravo, Alan," he said, patting his little son on the back. "But Daddy," began Alan, but his father interrupted him. So what his father thought? He won the game. His father thought that he has won the match. But what happened? The story has happened. "But Daddy," this Alan wants to explain what has happened, but Daddy is not listening. But father interrupted him. "It's all right, old man," he said. "You see, I came up behind that policeman, and he told me what had happened. So it's all right, you did not play the game, I know that, and you don't worry, I know everything what had happened," and the policeman explained me. "So I knew you were playing the game, although it wasn't on the cricket pitch. So you are playing the game. You played a good game. That is not on the cricket pitch, but on humanity. So you played a good game. So I went back into the high street and bought the bicycle I promised you." So what I said, if you win the match, I said that I will buy the bicycle. So you have won the match. What match? Humanity match. So what I promised, if you win the match, I will buy a bicycle. So here I have bought your bicycle. It's a beauty, and Alan, we are proud of you, your mother and I. So it's we are very happy, and we are very proud of you, because you helped an old man. You showed your humanity rather than your game. Rather giving importance to your game, you showed humanity towards that old man and helped that old man. And in the classroom next morning, the boys gave Alan 3 loud cheers, as only schoolboys can. For in some mysterious fashion, they too had learned all about his kind act. So next day when he went to the school, everyone came to know about this Alan's help towards this old man. All had given 3 loud cheers, and all were fascinated by his kind act, what he had done to the old man. Right? So you should be very kind towards the needy people. This is what writer wants to tell in this part, that is playing the game. Now we'll see some glossary part. Playing the game is here doing what is right. So actually the meaning of playing the game is what you think is right. You are going on some work, but immediately you have gone through some person who needed help. So you should go for the second one. That means you should help the needy. Then only you go for your work. That is, you should do what is right. That is the meaning of playing the game. To see him off, that means to say goodbye. Mightily, greatly. Shaping well, making progress. Thin, cracked voice, weak and unsteady voice. Sturdy, strong. Tottered, walk with unsteady steps. Obliged, thankful. Stumble over, walk in a unsteady way as if falling on the ground. So these are some glossary part, and here some question. Okay, answer the following questions. Write a paragraph on how Alan and his parents felt excited when he was chosen to play for the school cricket match. This is first question. Second question is, narrate the feelings of Alan as he was not able to reach the ground in time after meeting the old man on his way. So here he is asking the feelings of Alan. So he wants to play a game, but he met an old man, he was helping. So what was his feeling? You have to write. Helping the old is as good as playing the game. Elucidate with reference to the story. So rather than playing the game, you should help the good. Helping the old is as good as playing the game. You should explain this line. Okay, this is about our story part, playing the game. And thank you everyone.